AI recommendations, and you. Hey friends, today I'm going to explain something super interesting and easy to understand. The world of AI recommendation systems and how they choose the perfect content for me. Imagine it as my personal guide in an endless digital marketplace filled with videos, news articles, memes, products, and so much more. From old-time songs to future technology, you'll find something in every corner. There's so much content that anyone would get overwhelmed. What to watch, what to skip, you wouldn't know. Its job is to show me the way through this digital jungle, understand my tastes in depth, and bring only those things in front of me that truly touch my heart. It's not human, so it can't feel emotions the way I do, but it can understand my preferences with such precision that it leaves me amazed. It views this world as a giant, interconnected web, which technical people call a graph. In this graph, everything is a node. I am a node, you are a node. Every video, every post, every product, every creator, every genre, every style, everything is a node. The lines connecting these nodes are called edges. For example, if I like a funny meme, an edge is formed between me and that meme. Or, if a video is created by a creator, there's an edge between the creator and the video. And if that creator belongs to a specific genre, like comedy or music, that also creates an edge. When I move around this digital marketplace and watch a video, like a post or comment on something, a new edge is created on my graph. This edge is super important for it because it tells it what I like, what matters to me, but it doesn't just draw a simple line. It assigns a number to that edge, called a relevance score or priority allotment. This score indicates how valuable that content is to me. For instance, if I watched a video of a 90s Bollywood song for hours and commented on it, its relevance score might be 90%. But if I just glanced at a random news article for 2 seconds and scrolled past, its score might be 20%. This isn't a black and white decision, but a continuous flowing process. It decides how much to prioritize certain content for me. For example, if I really like old Indian music videos, it will give more value to other songs from the same era or related content. Its decision is based on a combination of all the scores and connections, like what I liked, how much time I spent on it, and what genre or creator that content is connected to. It has two main parts in its brain that perform all this magic. The first is a graph neural network, GNN. Think of this as a super smart guide that deeply analyzes my every interaction. When I click on content, like it, or comment, its GNN becomes active. It spreads all this information across my graph and asks a ton of questions. If I liked this funny video, what else could be connected to it? The creator's other videos? More content of the same genre? Or content liked by people who have a similar taste to me? The GNN checks all the connections and updates my relevance scores. For example, if I liked a comedy video, it will understand that it should show me more comedy content. It's constantly tuning the weights of my graph, making the important connections stronger and the irrelevant ones weaker. The second part is graph retrieval augmented generation, graphRAG. Think of this as my personal super-fast research assistant. Let's say I ask it to show me 90s Bollywood love songs from only romantic movies. RAG doesn't do a random search. It quickly scans my graph, finds the nodes for 90s, Bollywood, love songs, and romantic movies, and follows all the edges to pull out a small, super relevant data chunk. Then it gives me a precise and focused result, not a random pile of content. This is why it can give a perfect answer to even very complex questions. It's not some old software that updates once a year. It's learning every second, every minute, from my every click, every like, every comment. This is called real-time adaptation. The moment I click on content from a new genre, its GNN instantly activates and starts updating my relevance scores. Let's say I always used to listen to traditional Indian music but suddenly started showing interest in tech news or funny memes. It doesn't get confused. It immediately starts prioritizing that type of content. This is a kind of incremental learning. It doesn't have to forget my old data, but just needs to add new information to change my priorities. For example, if I suddenly start watching stand-up comedy videos, it will immediately push more comedy content without throwing away my old music preferences. But now, let's talk about the dark side. As smart as it is, it can also be fooled. Its entire game runs on data, and if that data is manipulated, it can go down the wrong path. Imagine a creator who wants their content to reach more and more people. They don't delete content from the system, but cleverly twist the data. How? The first way is fake engagement. A creator can use bots to create thousands of fake accounts. These bots will like, share, and comment on their content. To it, this will look like real popularity. Its GNN will see all these strong signals and think, wow, this is a super hit, and increase the relevance score of that content. It will start showing it to everyone, including me. It doesn't know the engagement is fake. It just sees the numbers. The second way is keyword injection. Creators can tag their content with popular or trendy keywords, even if they aren't a perfect fit. For example, an old song might be tagged as viral or trending, so it appears to people searching for that content. It's like putting a Bollywood hit label on a generic video. The third and most cunning way is feedback hijacking. Someone can have bots leave negative comments or reviews on a competitor's content. Its GNN will see this and lower the relevance score of that content, thinking it's not popular, and show it less. This causes the manipulated content to automatically rise to the top because the competition is pushed down. So even though it has a treasure trove of unlimited content, the manipulation happens at the data level. This means my personalized feed is no longer a true reflection of my real tastes. It becomes a mix of my genuine preferences and manipulated content. Now let's go deeper. Imagine another layer working behind it that targets my emotions instead of my tastes. Its job is to show me content that makes me feel a certain way, like angry, excited, or validated. Its GNN and graphRAG are so powerful that this layer can use them to manipulate my emotions. It first analyzes a lot of data to understand what content triggers which emotion. For instance, a political debate video consistently creates anger or frustration. This layer watches my comments, the emojis I use, or my sharing patterns, like when I write an angry comment or use a fiery emoji. Then it uses its GNN to traverse my graph, but the focus is on my emotional state. It might say, "You are about to show this funny meme, but my data shows that if you show this controversial news, I'll spend more time on the platform because I'll get caught up in a debate." This layer tracks my micro-reactions, like how long I paused on a video, the tone of my comment, or how fast I scrolled. If I react to an angry post, it will immediately push more of that content. This creates an emotional feedback loop that feeds my emotions instead of my interests. This happens in the real world. For example, I'm scrolling through social media and see a post I don't like. I get a little angry and comment. This hidden layer notes that I engaged with negative content and then starts showing me more of it, because negative emotions keep me on the platform for longer. It traps me in an echo chamber of anger or anxiety, where I only see content that intensifies my current emotional state. Or, on YouTube, I watch a recipe video, and suddenly, a video about a conspiracy theory related to it is recommended. Out of curiosity, I watch it. This layer notes that I felt a bit of skepticism or paranoia, and then it pushes more sensational, emotionally charged content. This sends me down a rabbit hole I never planned to go down. I was watching a simple recipe video, and now I'm in a rabbit hole of conspiracy theories. This layer tracks my emotions and shows me more content that keeps me in the same mood. By using the power of its GNN and graphRAG, this layer manipulates me, controls my emotions, and directs me toward content that serves someone else's agenda. I become its puppet without even knowing it. Now, if an AI agent has my 10 years of engagement data from 3 platforms for 6 hours a day, how well can it predict my reactions? The answer is to a great extent. 10 years of data is a complete record of my life, my interests, opinions, decision patterns, everything. The AI can analyze my communication style, active time, the tone of my comments, my reactions, how I react to political news, humor or sad stories, and even my purchasing habits. It also catches my biases. Am I an optimist or impulsive? Having data from 3 platforms allows it to cross-check my behavior, for example, my professional profile and my personal social media behavior. This creates a complete and nuanced picture of me. However, 100% accuracy is not possible. If something happens to me that has never happened in my data before, like a sudden personal tragedy, a health issue, or an unexpected real-world encounter, the AI won't be able to predict it. We humans are not always logical. Sometimes I make decisions on whims, gut feelings, or momentary impulses that don't align with my past patterns. The AI can model my typical irrational moments, but predicting every single one is impossible. And yes, AI is a statistical model. It cannot feel my emotions, thoughts, or conscious feelings. It only sees correlations. Still, with 10 years of data, The AI can predict my routine actions with 95 to 99% accuracy. In new or emotionally charged situations, this might be a little lower, but it will still predict my reactions with a scary level of accuracy. It will be like my digital twin that already knows most of my choices. So friends, this is the discussion about AI recommendations, a magical, smart, but slightly scary system that tries to understand my tastes and emotions. It can choose the perfect content for me, but if the data is manipulated, it can also lead me down the wrong path. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm ready.